Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And in this video, myself and my son, little Bossk, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Star Wars The Vintage Collection R2-D2 with Sensorscope on the Empire Strikes Back card. Alright then, so this particular R2-D2 is on the Empire Strikes Back card, and it is one of the Walmart exclusive figures, kind of designed to help finish the 96 original Kenner figures in the modern Vintage Collection line. And this one is awesome. We've wanted this one for absolutely ages because we have had this one before in the Vintage Original Trilogy collection. I'll just bring that one in for you right here. But the difference being, apart from the image being really awful, is the fact that it was on the Return of the Jedi logo card, which is incorrect. Now, this is something that Kenner would have done it back in the day. They would have brought it out on the Return of the Jedi card, but it would have debuted on the Empire Strikes Back card, which is why we need it in the Vintage Collection. So we're going to open up this figure in a second. Just going to have a quick look at the card back. As you can see, it's much cleaner than the Vintage Original Trilogy version. They've cleaned up the image, and there he is in the bubble, and he's on the Empire Strikes Back card. He is VC234 in the line, and there's the rest of those figures from the Walmart exclusives that I mentioned earlier. I've reviewed all of these on the channel now, except for the Imperial Gunner, so he will be coming up on the channel this week. Vintage Collection logo, Disney and Hasbro, and that is about it. But I really want to open this one up, and more importantly, little Bossk wants to open this one up because he wants this R2-D2 for his collection, which means I'm going to have to get myself another one of these so I get one. But that's okay. He wants this one, so we're going to give it to him afterwards, but he's going to let you know his thoughts as well. And we're also going to be comparing him against lots of the other R2-D2s that we've had in the modern line. Alright then, so here he is out of the packaging. And little Bossk, what is the first thing that you said to me when you saw this figure?
On the packaging, he has the Sensorscope out of his head, but the actual figure has the Periscope that he used on Dagobah.
That is, yeah, I think that is correct. Like, I've always wondered this myself. Like, this R2-D2, I think even back in the vintage Kenner days, was called R2-D2 with Sensorscope. But I don't think it is the Sensorscope. The Sensorscope is the thing that he used to sort of detect Luke and Han on Hoth. But the thing the figure has got, he actually uses on Dagobah when he's in the swamp. I think you're absolutely right, little Bossk, and that is the case. So how does this work then, little Bossk? How do you get the Periscope out?
So basically, when you push the middle foot in, the Sensorscope, the Periscope will come out. Right, do you want to demonstrate that? Give it a go. There you go. So you push the middle foot in, and little Bossk is absolutely right. The Periscope or Sensorscope, whichever one you want to call it, pops out, and you then just turn it around like that. And to me, that is definitely the Periscope that he uses on Dagobah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the comment section below. I don't think that's a Sensorscope, and I always wondered that about R2-D2, and even with the vintage figure, with that little blue thing that used to pop out of the vintage Kenner's head. I never actually thought that was the Sensorscope that he used on Hoth. I always thought, and I always played the fact that he was in the swamp in Dagobah, and that's what he used it for. But who knows what they were doing with the toys back then and what they were putting on the card back. But that's always how I interpreted it. Now, unfortunately, like with many of these brand new R2-D2s that we have, they don't have the vac metalized head. But if you look at the Vintage Original Trilogy version that we showed you earlier, if I can just bring that into shot, look at that dome on that R2-D2. It's super, super shiny, vac metalized. Unfortunately, has gone a bit yellow, the figure, over time. But the dome is, you know, just like they used to do with the vintage figure. It's vac metalized, and unfortunately, they just don't want to do that anymore. But considering that they haven't done it on this figure, you can see with the lights, it does shine quite brightly off of that head. It's not too bad. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in some other R2-D2s to compare them for you, so we can look at which one's the best in the line, and let me know your opinions as well, because I know some people don't like this particular mold of R2-D2, and there's some others around, and we're going to show you them all, and we can decide, you know, which one we like the best. Alright then, so here we have all of my R2-D2s in a row. I'm just going to tell you very quickly which ones they are, and then little Bossk is going to tell me which one he likes the best, and then I'll tell you which one I like the best. So starting on the left, we have the new one that we've opened today. This is the R2-D2 with Periscope or Sensorscope.
This one here, I believe, is from the Last Jedi line. It also came out in the Galaxy Adventures, those like tubes that you could get. You can see on this one already the legs are going yellow. And on this one you also got some like jet fire effects that could plug into his legs on either side. This one here is from the Vintage Collection. He is from the original Star Wars card. This is supposed to be him after the Battle of Yavin, I think. You know, he's really dirtied up. He may have even been shot at this point because he's pretty beat up, isn't he? And this one here is from the 3.75-inch Black Series. And he also came with lots of accessories, including the jets on the side that you could put on the side of his legs. He also has a spinning head, which when you spin the head, the leg comes out in the middle like that, which is a nice feature. So there you go. So that's the 4 R2-D2s that I have. I also do have this one, if I can just quickly bring him into shot. This is the R2-D2 from the sail barge, but this one is basically this one, the new one, without all of the table and the accessories, and you even get the periscope there as well. Very much like that R2-D2 from the sail barge, the front panel of this one opens up, and I'm not going to open it up for you because I had trouble having it stick in place again. That was really awkward for me, and the figure actually comes in package with a thin rubber band on it to keep it in place, which tells you quite a lot, doesn't it? So, Little Bossk, which of those 4 is your favourite R2-D2, and tell me why?
I like the end one because when you twist his head, his middle leg comes out.
Yep, I'm absolutely with you there, Little Bossk. I think this one is my favourite as well. Not only did he come with lots of accessories, I do love the fact that the centre leg does articulate basically when you move his head. And this particular one I got out of the cancelled Legacy Collection. So this one was on that R2-D2 card back, if you like. It was the Legacy Collection that they brought out just after the Vintage Collection, cancelled it pretty much straight away, and then brought out the Black Series 3.75-inch, where you can also get this R2-D2. So if you want this one, that's the best place to try and find it on eBay. Black Series 3.75 comes with the boosters on the side, just like the Last Jedi one. Awesome R2-D2. So yeah, that one's definitely my favourite. And this one here, you know, I really don't like the centre leg that you have to plug that in. That's not a very good feature in my opinion. I much prefer it when it goes up into the body when you turn the head. And also the fact that he's all weathered up and everything, I never liked that either. And what did we do, Little Bossk, to the packaging of that one?
We put a clean R2-D2 in the packaging of the dirty one to make it look more like the original.
Yeah, to make it look more like the original Kenner. A nice clean R2-D2. I think it was a Last Jedi version as well. It was one of those. We just plonked him in the tray of this guy and then resealed it to have a clean R2-D2 on that Star Wars card. But there you go, that's all of the 4 R2-D2s, with the new one that we're reviewing today being this one. I do like the function of pushing the leg up with that piece coming out. I believe that that is exactly the same as this one. That's how that works, that mechanism works. So, you know, it's just another repaint. And I also do believe that they repainted this mould for the Droids R2-D2 on that Droids card back with the coin. So let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite R2-D2, and let me know why as well. And are you going to be picking up this one on the Empire Strikes Back card? And if so, are you just going to keep it carded? Little Bossk just wants to grab C-3PO to show you what they look like together. So let's get rid of these 3 here.
And just quickly, I just wanted you to know that when the Sensorscope's up, you can't twist R2-D2's head.
No, you can't, which is a bit funny, isn't it? I mean, it's got something to do with the mechanism with the leg and everything like that. And what have you created there? What scene is that from?
I've created the card back.
Yeah, that is the card back image. So there you go, just bring that in. Little Bossk has tried to recreate that. So there you go then, guys. That's our review of the brand new R2-D2 with Sensorscope or Periscope, whichever one you want to say. As I say, it's an alright R2-D2. I think they've made better, but let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite R2-D2. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members, and a big shout out to Josh as well, who is Little Bossk's biggest fan. So Little Bossk, he's on this video for you, buddy. So there you go then, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall
see you on the next one.